Hey, beautiful collective. Thank you for joining me for Angel Messages on Unmasked Universe, where we unmask the universe that lives inside of you. So, I had to briefly pause and go get pampered. I went to the salon and got my hair cut and dyed and done and got a head massage. Actually, this is part of the whole treatment there. I love my salon. They give you a head and neck and shoulder massage. And halfway through your treatment, as you're sitting waiting for your hair to process, they give you a nice, beautiful hand and lower arm massage. And I actually got extra treatment today. I got like extrally spoiled. I didn't ask for it. It just was given to me. And so that was a really beautiful gift from the universe and from the people. I mean, working through people, source working through people, or my ancestors working through people to show me how much I'm loved. And even when she was doing the hair washing, she, you know, really massaged my head for a very long time. I've never had my head massaged that long at any hairdresser. And never from my hairdresser either. So it was really, really a nice experience. So much so that when she was actually finally washing my hair out, I was almost falling asleep. I could see pictures. I was right there. And all of a sudden she started moving the massage chair that they put you in to wash your hair. It's heated and it's got these rolling massagers in it. And she started moving it down. I'm like, oh, I better not fall asleep. It was beautiful anyhow. So I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm blessed that you're here. So very grateful that you're choosing to spend your time here. I have a beautiful crystal that I want to share. It's one of my favorites lately. I work with crystals energy, and so when I choose my crystals, I will often go over them with my hand first. My hand is just tingling and it's down like quite a bit down from here. I will go over it to see if I'm picking up the energy from it at all. And if my hand starts tingling or turns warm or gets pins and needles, I know that is a crystal that's calling to work with me. And so this is one of them. It's green calcite. See if you can see it well. Maybe. It's not the best image of it, but well, anyhow, it's green and it's clear and this one almost looks like a piece of rock candy. Like I literally just I want to put it in my mouth and eat it. But I know that wouldn't be good. It would hurt. I'm not going to do that. Anyhow, let me just go over some of the attributes of calcite, period, and then we'll get into green calcite. So calcite is a powerful amplifier and cleanser of energy. Simply having, see if I can read today. Simply having calcite in the room cleans negative energies from the environment, heightens your energy. Within the body, it removes stagnant energy. The spectrum of colors cleanse the physical and subtle bodies. Calcite is an active crystal speeding up development and growth. This is a spiritual stone linked to the higher consciousness that facilitates the opening of higher awareness and psychic abilities, channeling, and out of body experiences, such as astral projection. Where was I now? It accelerates spiritual development and allows the soul to remember experiences when it returns to the body. Psychologically, psychologically, calcite connects the emotions with the intellect, creating emotional intelligence. Calcite has a positive effect, especially when someone has lost hope or motivation. It combats laziness, aiding in the becoming more energetic on all levels. Well, that's something I need. More energy. I'm actually really tired after that whole salon experience and then eating some supper. I probably should just go to bed, but I wanted to get this out at least. So, yeah. Mentally, calcite calms the mind, teaches discernment and analysis, stimulates insights, and boosts memory. It facilitates knowing which information is important and then retaining it. Calcite confers the ability to change ideas into action. It is a useful stone for study. Calcite alleviates emotional stress and replaces it with serenity. It is a stabilizing stone, enhancing trust in oneself and strengthening the ability to overcome setbacks. On a subtle level, a layout of the appropriate colors of calcite cleanses, balances, and re-energizes all the chakras. And that makes sense because it comes in just about every color. Not purple or pink, but no, it does come in pink too. Comes in green, blue, yellow, orange, clear, brown, pink, gray, and red. Wow, cool. Okay, so for healing, calcite cleanses the organs of elimination. It encourages calcium uptake in bones, but dissolves calcifications, strengthening the skeleton and joints. It alleviates intestinal and skin conditions. Calcite stimulates blood clotting and tissue healing. It fortifies the immune system and can encourage growth in small children. Oh. Calcite works quickly as an elixir and can be applied to the skin, ulcers, warts, and suppurating wounds. Suppurating. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please correct me. Although I just have to read it in the comments again, so I'll just say it wrong. Don't bother. Don't bother. We'll leave it at that. At a subtle level, calcite cleanses and re-energizes the chakras. Position. Hold or place as appropriate, wears a pendant. Can be used to grid around a bed or used as gem essence. And in my case, because this is just such a beautiful point, I really enjoy holding it while I'm speaking. Um, so yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So I was having a lot of communication issues one day, and that's when I came across this. And I was trying to shoot a video, and what was in my mind wasn't coming through what I was saying, and so there was like incoherence, or what is the word? I'm pretty tired, so I probably won't remember. It was just there. There is dissonance between the mind, between your thoughts, and between your words. So between your heart and your mind. And so I wanted more coherence in a sense, right? And I wanted my throat to be clear as well. So green calcite is a mental healer, dissolving rigid beliefs and old programs and restoring balance to the mind. And that's kind of what it was doing, unbeknownst to me, because I hadn't read this. I was just like, I need that crystal. That's, you get your intuitive hits and you just follow them, right? It helps in letting go of what is familiar and comforting, but which no longer serves, and aids in communication and the transition from a stagnant to a positive situation. Green calcite helps children to hold their own debates. Oh, that's interesting. It is a powerful stimulator for the immune system and is especially useful in grids. This stone absorbs negativity and rids the body of bacterial infections. Hmm. It ameliorates arthritis and constrictions of the ligaments and muscles and is helpful in bone adjustments. Its green ray colors its green ray cools fevers and inflammation, calms the adrenals, and soothes anger generated dis-ease. Hmm, interesting. Okay. Well, calcite, our beautiful crystal for the day. Today's angel number is brought to you by calcite. Okay, we're gonna move on now. Okay, no, but really, I have already tapped into the angels, the angel collective. I had a little convo. Actually, I had Archangel Jophiel come to me last night, and she was telling me that I should start channeling again. And I had this whole conversation about like not feeling very comfortable doing that on a camera just yet. And she's urging me to do it just on my own, even just so I, start. because I've been asked to do that for a long time and channel the angels themselves. And I did it the one time, but I felt so uncomfortable that I sat there with my eyes closed the whole time. Um, yeah, I need to get better at it. I know that's what they're telling me. Like, you're not going to know unless you actually practice. So, um, it's something I used to do a long time ago, but I had some very difficult experiences in my past with people who, uh, well, it affected me. We'll say that. Now I don't care. But now there's still some unconscious beliefs or maybe fear there. So I didn't even ask the question yet, angels. Jeez. Uh, okay. Well, we can give this one anyways. I hope this is for the collective and not just based off what I was saying. Although I'm a part of the collective, so it does make sense that we would all get the same messages together. Okay, so the angel number is 987. Let's see here. Is it camera? And it's nighttime, so we're getting this glare. Anyhow, it's reflection, and it says, look inward and evaluate your actions. Embrace introspection and self-reflection for your own development. And what was I just talking about? Huh? Funny, funny angels. They do have a sense of humor. Um, okay. Well, we're gonna leave that one right there for now because, you know, we're gonna get some more cards first. Let's see what they have to say. Yeah. Okay. Angels, what does the collective need to hear most for today? What messages need to come through most for the collective today, please and thank you. Okay. Whoa, that was too many. Okay. Try that again. What other messages would you like to? Thank you. What other messages would you like to share with the collective today? Please and thank you, spirits. I mean, please and thank you, angels. Sorry. It's a part of spirit too, I guess. Anything else? Oh, okay. We're just going to take the one that flipped upwards. Okay, so we got clarity, which is angel number 543. Trust yourself and the universe to make the necessary changes to achieve your goals. Soon you'll gain clarity about your life's purpose. Hmm. So am I the only one who's struggling with what I've been told to do? We're asked what's been asked of me? Um, it almost sounds like this message is like for me, but I know that, it's clearly resonating with you guys too, because otherwise it wouldn't have come out. I'm going to take advantage of this blurriness so that I can get the card to focus right away. So the next card is renewal, 890. You are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. Release the past and embrace opportunities for new growth and transformation ahead. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know this does touch base on other things that were coming through in the past readings that I've done as well. So that does make sense. If you haven't checked out any of those readings themselves, I don't just do the angel messages, but I do collective readings with other cards as well every day. And that is called the Inspiration and affirmations. Your daily inspiration and affirmations. Again, I'm tired. It's the end of my day. So, there's a lot of ties and links in between the readings here and the readings there, which clearly, it's all for the collective. So that does make a lot of sense. The next card is enthusiasm, and the number is 343. Approach life with an optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. Be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead to embrace them with open arms. Hmm. No, hey? Not a happening. There. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Okay. So, I know what I was talking about my own life, so this is fairly easy to intuit because based on what I'm seeing, others of you are experiencing setbacks in that department as well. Maybe it's not gifts, maybe you're being asked just to push yourself out of your comfort zone and talk to somebody. Because we're all facing different fears and different levels as to where we're at. There, I've confronted a lot of the other fears already, and now I'm having to confront my fear of public speaking, which I think is going okay. It took a long time learning how to speak to a camera. It's really weird, I have to tell you. It's very strange just talking to a camera and pretending like I'm speaking to people. So, yeah. I had to get over a lot of fears, and we're always going to be asked to face a new level. So new levels come with new devils. And like doesn't matter where you're at on your path, you're going to be confronted with some new challenge that's within you that you need to actually confront and overcome, right? And that's what helps you grow. So I get that, sometimes we need to go inwards just to see like what is driving that fear? What's driving that trigger? What's driving that response? I know where mine comes from, and it comes from the past that um, my spiritualism was not okay. So for me, there's a lot of trauma wrapped up in that. But even though I've worked through most of that, there's the underlying feelings of doubt, doubt that was instilled in me around it. And so I have to work through that because that's what's driving my fear. And also fear of being punished. That is also a real thing. And many of you may relate to that. Like if you grew up in homes where you were highly criticized or judged or spoken down to or shut down anytime that you expressed yourself or a feeling or, like it wasn't safe to be vulnerable, um, then you likely have that exact same fear just for a different reason. And I had that, and I can say that because I had that with so many different aspects of my own childhood. And then very specifically though with my gifts was a big issue. So it could be that one of these things is driving your fear, and you need to just go inwards and see like, okay, well, it's fear. hmm And it comes from here. And then does it control me? Like, is the fear real? Are the thoughts real? Or are they irrational and they're just based off the feeling that I'm having? Because again, fear is a construct of the mind, right? So is this fear real? Or am I creating it in my mind? And if I'm creating it in my mind, then can I just like practice this a few times and then do it? Can I overcome my fear anyway just by getting comfortable with practicing doing it, including if you're going to talk to a person and maybe you've been antisocial or maybe you've been shunned or maybe you've been picked on your whole life or bullied and you're scared to talk to people, you feel awkward around other people. Um, so then you practice, right? You practice in the mirror and then you practice to a bunch of pillows on your couch stacked up that look like a person and you have a conversation. And then you practice by the first person you see just saying hi and then walking away. And once you get comfortable with saying hi randomly to people on the street, then you can say, hi, nice day, hey? Or isn't the sun beautiful? And then walk away. And then eventually you raise the bar and you get better and you get better and you get more courageous and you face your fears, right? And that's kind of how it is. You just put one foot in front of the other. But first we need to understand where it's coming from so that every time we're triggered, we no longer need to be triggered because we recognize that that fear is coming from childhood and that it's not real and it's not from a threat and it's not going to come and eat us, you know? Nothing's going to happen. It's just fear from our childhood. We're not under any threat, so it's okay to overcome it. And so then anytime it pops up again, you can just simply recognize that and talk yourself out of that fear response and move on. Um, so the clarity, I do see that, again, this comes to this trust that we were talking about the other day in one of those readings, and it might have been yesterday's. I don't know. I can't keep track anymore. But essentially, there's been a lot coming up around trust and putting your faith in the universe and in yourself. Because when you trust yourself, you innately trust the universe, you trust source. And trusting everything that's happening is happening for you. There is a reason for it. And often when you're in the middle of it, you don't understand what that reason is. You can't see it. You can't see it until you've gotten far enough away from it and your perception has changed on what happened and you're able to look at it from a detached point of view. Often we don't see when we're in it the benefit of what we're going through. It might just seem really awful, or it might just seem like the changes might seem really scary. But essentially, you're being asked to step into that flow state and put all your faith and your trust in the universe, not only in the changes that are necessary to create the stepping stones and the ultimate goal to get you to the goal and where you want to be, but around your life's purpose and everything that the universe is doing now, even if you're at the very beginning stages of your awakening and feels like everything is crumbling before you, everything that the universe is doing for you is doing it to get you to your life's purpose. And it's amazing. And again, we don't have like hindsight is 2020. We don't have that perception when we're at the beginning. We don't have that perception when we are digging through the trenches of our deep emotions. We don't have the perception of that when we are in lack and scarcity and being asked to trust. We don't. We're in human emotions still, and we're not able to separate ourselves from that experience at that time. Most people aren't, anyhow. And it took a bit for me to even do that and go, okay, I have been taught not to trust my whole life, and you're asking me to trust now. Hmm, hmm, right? But um, everything is happening in order to align us into our life's purpose. And that's why we have to have faith and we have to believe because we're not allowed to see it all before it evolves, before it unfolds. And so having some trust that um, what is happening for you and is happening for your highest good. And you will gain some clarity about it soon. And that's generally the perspective change, right? The shift in your perspective. Um, I have had quite the shift in my perspective already over the past 3 days. And so typically I find that I receive energy a little bit sooner than most of the collective because I'm here to deliver that energy. So if you are somebody who is a channel or psychic and uses those gifts, you may find the same thing eventually when you start tapping into the collective energy. You'll probably find the same thing, that you'll receive these energies like a day or two before so that you can report on them. And that sets the rest of the collective up for it as it's happening. Yeah. So the next card was renewal, and yeah, this is talking about how we've been really letting go of the past. And that means shedding the old versions of us, which include the fear and the parts of us that are scared to move on, scared to accept the path, um, scared to fully embrace it. And I don't know about you though, after embracing, after all of this transformation that we've just gone through over the full moon, I personally have been feeling a renewal within myself. I had so much energy earlier today, which is why I really would have liked to have gotten this done then, because I had just so much energy. Doesn't mean that I don't feel good right now. I'm tired because I do have some things going on in my own health, autoimmune and stuff. So, um, but I do see that as a collective, we are moving out of the state of fear and fog, brain fog, because it causes confusion, and into this clarity, and getting some peace of mind, peace of peace within ourselves. We're finding that peace and letting go of all of the things that were creating obstacles for us, mental blocks, physical obstacles in the 3D world, like living in scarcity and lack. And we're having aspects of ourselves renewed as we get this new perspective on life. And we should be excited about it. And that's what we're being told. Like, get excited for what is to come. Because if you've been doing the work and you've been working on your blocks and you continue to do that, everything that is coming in the future is based off of where you are at. So because I'm reading for collective, take this as general and discard what does not serve you clearly. But for any step in your progress, when you hit a pivotal moment, like one of the portals or one of the major shifts in the collective consciousness, if you've met certain aspects of yourself and you've overcome them, no matter big or small, there is always something that is given back to you in a means to reward you. And sometimes you don't notice it. Sometimes it seems really insignificant until you have a chance to reflect and you go, oh, wow, I really did. I learned that and I received this gift as, you know, a thank you, or as a gift for learning that lesson. And what the angels are asking all of us is to stay enthusiastic, be enthusiastic about how far the collective has come, not just each one of us on an individual basis, but how far the collective as a whole has not only come together, but has elevated the Earth's frequency, which is why the energy is speeding up so fast right now, so that other people are catapulted into these spiritual awakenings, right? But yeah, remaining optimistic can be really difficult in points of our lives where we are facing challenges. And again, this comes down to that very 3D attached, like the attachment to our 3D existence, and not being able to put the space in between what's happening in your existence and what's actually happening, right? Because you can't get that perspective so long as you are so emotionally wrapped up in the current of energy that's trying to sweep you away. When you're so wrapped up in that, then it's really hard to separate your thoughts and your feelings from your actual identity and from your experience itself and from who you truly are. So We can get wrapped up in all of the difficulties and all of the negativity that can quickly spiral from there. And we're being asked to stay enthusiastic, stay excited. This energy will, all energy does this, right? Like a roller coaster. And so as we go into these dips, instead of looking at it from a pessimistic way, and thinking that everything bad happens to you and why can't this go right? And because I think we're going into one of those energies where things are going to go awry a little bit. And you may have things break down or technology not working or disgruntled people or long lineups or whatever your problems are, your hiccups are. We're being asked to just stay as positive as possible and understand that these things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you, right? They're happening for a reason. Like, I'll give you an instance. I was going to leave the city tomorrow to another city, go on a road trip, but some belt, like my alternator belt, I think, or my alternator itself, is going on my car and it's not going to make it. Barely made it home today. So, that means I don't get to go on my trip. Was I disappointed? Yup. I really wanted to go up there, but did I get really upset and feed into the emotions? No. I did sit there and go, well, why is that? Like, why? It's kind of annoying, but why is it? Why did that happen exactly? Like, not putting the blame on the universe, but asking a question. Why is this happening right now? You know? I really wanted to get up there. Oh, hold on one second. My phone is going off. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a phone call pretty soon. So I'll wrap it up. But and then what comes to thought, like what comes to mind is that if things are always happening for us, then my car not functioning properly is probably keeping me from an accident or inclement weather or something major, right? So it's a way of protecting me. And so even if you're running late for work and there's a traffic jam or there's something going on that's holding you back from getting out the door on time, maybe you've lost your keys, or getting in the car or getting the car won't start, or often it's to save your life. Often there's a reason for it, and there's a reason for everything that happens in your life. We just don't always see it. So we're being asked to stay enthusiastic, stay positive, okay? No matter what downs you're feeling right now or what what spirals you go down and up, whatever spikes you're feeling in emotions, stay as regulated as possible and as optimistic as possible. And don't let doubt creep in. Instead, um, yes, okay. Instead, sorry, I'm just listening. Instead, instead of projecting negative things and doubt and worry, flip the script. Flip the script and allow yourself to say the opposite. Like, I'm always taken care of. The universe is protecting me. Um, Rejection is divine protection, you know? Like, I am not able to go on this trip now. So that's a form of like rejection from the city I was trying to go into. So rejection is divine protection. It's the same thing from other people. Um, and if it's money issues, tell the universe how blessed you are, how abundant you are, how freaking lucky am I to be so blessed all the time. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I'm blessed. And say it all the time. It's the way that you think and the way that you speak and the way that you project energy out into the universe is what's holding you back from maintaining a positive vibration and making yourself a match to whatever you want, right? So stay positive, okay? I love you all so much. I've got to end the video here. I will touch base with you again tomorrow, okay? Hope you have a great night. Bye.